As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Mike, 45. Come on. Check it. Go. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come.
Leave it. Ringo, 48.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Cousins. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Throwing his Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
No chance.
Alert!
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Ain't no such thing as Delta. Wins home.
58 to Mike.
After the interception, here's Trubisky.
You.
He's got his man on the crossing route. Touchdown, Chicago! A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November. already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
From the 27, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Blue. He's heavy on the edges. Sponge. No. Switch.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Yo. Topper. Shit. Check 31.
Now Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping.
Mike, 58, right there. Watch the backer. Hey, can.
You draw quarters.
Here's Madison running on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Check the outs.
Yellow.
58's the Mike. I got him.
Play fake. Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by gnawtyFOX's, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Bears take over.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Now Trubisky to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Check, 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 check.
Here's a give to Madison running right. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the Bears' 21-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I'm coming!
Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Shift.
Hey, Ken!
Play action now. Cousins. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And bring it. Check.
Hey, ball. 55.
Let's go one more. Kill.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
To Hunt. 180.
Yeah, it's Mike. Rip right.
Black.
58's to Mike.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And Diggs has it. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Bears 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they... And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. The lefty gnawtyFOX's now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Bears 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
I'm coming. Hey, ball. Right there.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, 18. Mike 55. Hey, Haywood. Hey, check Mike. Watch 55. Man, that's trash. Alert. Yep.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
18.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Watch the run.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Alert. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, Echo. Watch 24. Mike, 55. Alert. Danny. Hey, Foxtrot. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Hey, watch the ball. 55's Mike. Red, up. Get in the weight room.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And he fires one incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 46. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Following the interception, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
65.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Back.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 17. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm.
Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Vikings take over.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On the toss, Madison, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
3rd and long for Cousins. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On second down now, it's Cohen. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Let's go. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
On third down, Trubisky. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
And the Bears first down.
Right there. 180. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Wild Bill. Shift. Watch the shift.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second and 12, Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They go play action. Trubisky. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
180. Mike 54. Red, up. Switch. You go
and we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Check 43. Slam. Check 52.
They'll run with a former Viking, Cordero Patterson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Bandit.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
Watch out.
On third down, a run with Cohen. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's how you pick up a first down. You know where where the sticks are, you know where the first down marker is, and you find a way to get there. That's called having vision.
He had a lot of vision last week, didn't he? NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was dominant. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? This is Cohen on the toss. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. This is Cohen. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Blue down. Check. Lock in.
On the give, this is Cohen, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They come up in an offset eye. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hatchet. Switch. Check safety. Ran, up.
Here's Patterson.
Let's go, D.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go. Blue. All day. Ran, up. He's coming. We got double up. Whip. Watch the whip. Bang. Hey, check 24. Check.
Trubisky keeps it himself. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's get off the field, D. 49, check 49.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Right there.
Who that? Who that? Out, out, out.
Hey, flipper.
Final play of the half, Cousins. He's going to air one out. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I got one.
Now Cohen. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Keep it up, guys. Hey, watch it. Orbit. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Check pass. Check pass. Move.
Trubisky will throw. This one into the hands of Burton. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Mike 54.
Hey, alert.
Switch. 80 weapon.
SOS.
Rush in.
Hey, 18.
54's Mike. Check out.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Right 80.
Check 55 to Mike. Here we go.
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Flushed out right. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen. He scored on the ground and through the air, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13.
Tighten up. Black. 58, boys, 58.
Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10.
He's checking. Crash. Alert 3.
Hey, 382, Liz 50.
Here's Madison. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Six yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. They'll run with Madison. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a third down.
I'm here all day.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. And a missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back them up 5.
Let's go! Let's go!
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. A give to Cohen. He heads right. Got some room at the 30. 34 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
No, off. Slam. Hey, ball. 18. Greystone, travel. 25, check 25.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Hey, Wahoo! Go full strength.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears have retaken the lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Going to run with Madison again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
The Vikings on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Check, 45.
Hey, steamer.
Tighten up.
Rhino.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10.
Bravo.
Mike 54.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Get up. 180.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, D. Check 99. Check up. Check, check,
They
check,
try
check.
again with Cohen. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. That last play, though, not indicative of the night he's had running the football.
No, you're exactly right about that, because all through this evening, it's been their night, hasn't it? One play here, they get it against them. I wouldn't worry about that very much at all. Just continue to do what they've been doing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
We're pretty quiet.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Tight dog.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
You got three down.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And he's able to find Diggs. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. 65 yards as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. It's been quite the game for him individually, a trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route, whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, it's our house. Slam, slam.
Ran, up.
Mike 54.
Watch the run, watch the run. Ran, up.
Where's Mike? Check, watch 54.
From the 27, Trubisky. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the
18. Alert. Hey, Charlie.
Mike's 5'4".
Coming to you.
Trubisky to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
Hey, flipper. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Cousins to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 51 yards. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Here's Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Check 37. Check 37. Black.
Two.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. Now Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Lock in. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Hey, seam 6.
Tone, fellas, let's set a tone.
Mike's 54.
Yeah, 54.
Here's Trubisky.
I'm coming after you.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago.
First down, Bears.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Alert.
We gotta step it up. Check three.
Lock in. 10. Motion.
Now it's Trubisky. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Pick it up.
Yellow. 58, boys. 58. 58 is Mike.
The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. And Diggs has it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it with Madison. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle, it was Duke Ejiofor. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more coming.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action now. Cousins going deep for Diggs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is fielded inside the 5. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Come on, let's go. Right there.
Now Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is, if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
Play action. It's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. This is Cohen. Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. Okay, 18. Hey, Zoo. Mike 5-5. Watch the pass. Mike 55.
You ain't got nothing. Hey, check Mike.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And he rifles one incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and this will be caught at the 30. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And the Bears first down.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
61, matchbox light.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Bears, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.